Hello, next community. I thought I'd show you guys what I'm trying to do here. So I found a bunch of these new old stock Seagate barracuda drives. They're nice and quiet, and I think I have them spinning up because when I feel them, it feels like there's vibration. So I've been trying every which way and Sunday to get them recognized by this 2940 Adaptec. It's a scuzzy controller with a Dell box. I've tried a 50 to 68 pin. I've tried two different drives. And so what's happening is it recognizes my Pioneer CD DVD ROM just fine. And I'm going to run a Hiren's disk. But I wanted to make sure that the Adaptec card sees the drive. Then the Hiren's disk will do a low-level format of this drive, which will take it over there and make it compatible with that next cube. I've done this a jillion times before. I suspect it's something to do with this wide drive not being recognized. So I am going to go to the Adaptec site, take a look, because I'm a little rusty. It's been a minute since I've done these. But you have what are called jumpers on the drives, right? And so jumpers are these little plastic things that they couldn't make any smaller if they tried. Let's see, those are jumpers, okay? And so jumpers are kind of like a light switch for hard drives. And you've got a row you see along the right-hand side there that has to do with termination power to the bus as well as the cable. And then you have all sorts of sets of jumpers like for setting the scuzzy controller, auto spin up, and so forth. And so what I need to do is find the magic recipe to get this drive to spin up and be recognized by one of the most common controllers on the planet. In fact, if I could get it to play, I think I could actually install Next Step and Open Step on this particular Dell box. As you can see, I recovered from my basement. I'm going to clean it up a little bit. But I thought it would be a good go-to rather than mucking with my working ROM burner box. So setting up a second box here is great. I'm going to try and get the Animo station to play as well. Animo is a 3D animator from back in the day that I've had for a while. And then get these next hardware boxes, which I'm running into a Valentine's Day dilemma. I need to ship these systems. I was just trying to do something cool and add in an additional hard drive because I know these are probably going to be faster than the RP2040 Zulu SCSI cards. And since the production system, that one over there, the Turbo Cube Dimension, is going to be used in production still. Very cool. And we've got all the bugs worked out. We've got new caps, new RAM, new everything for Sean. So what I was trying to do here is get this Barracuda to play. And I've got all the components. I've got it recognized in the CD DVD. And I may try an external terminator. I seem to recall some cobwebs coming back here. So you might need to terminate this card on the outside if you have two internal cards where we're looking at a 68 and a 50 pin. What I might do is just for grins and giggles is see if this 68 to 50 pin on the 68 pin cable will recognize this CD DVD drive. And then that would lead me to narrow it down. Whenever I'm troubleshooting, I try and figure out different configs. I'm pretty good at all this stuff. You know, I've set up systems that ran Windows, Linux. With the next boot manager, you could have up to 4 operating systems. So they'd have, you know, OpenStep, and I think Solaris. We did one for Cornell, a professor up there. Done a bunch of stuff like that for professors at MIT. And but as I say, it's been a while since I've got into this old Intel hardware. I've been mostly on the Mac side of things, and done some cool projects for Apple proper, and including setting up multi-boot systems. I see there was a guy, one of my good customers there, Renster, was asking about running Sims or the original Civilization on Next Hardware. And I got to thinking, and that sidetracked my train of thought for about an hour or two, because I think we might be able to do it. The first test would be to run it under Daydream, and are now called Dark Matter, which lets a Next boot up as a Macintosh. If those apps work under that, there's a little application within Next Step that I load on all my images called Executor that ran a lot of Windows. Like you could run, Mac Office up to version 5.0 on Next Hardware. And I thought, well, it's about the same time frame, so it might be kind of fun. That's what I was tinkering with, to see if Sims would maybe run under Executor on Next Hardware. And it'd be kind of cool to see it, on the cubes, which would be in 2-bit grayscale. Granted, I think the version that I was looking at on the Mac Garden or something repository was 256 colors, which shouldn't be a problem. But then there were later releases made for 68K and PowerPC. The PowerPC version's obviously out, but the 68K version 2.0 was in the same time frame as Next Hardware. And if I could get it to play under Executor, that'd be kind of fun, because I loved playing the old Sims game and Civilization, and never really thought about it until, it was brought up, can we port those over? And that would be the next step, right? If the source is out there now, which it probably is, and we can prove that it runs under Executor, or at least under Dark Matter, which it should, because I think your requirement is starting with version 7.5.3, and I know we can run up to 8.1, where it's not emulating, it's actually booting up as a Macintosh, and that was thanks to Simon Schubig, the Daydream developer. I mean, just amazing, So at any rate, sorry to talk your ear off, trying to get this to play, I've done 68-pin drives, but as I say, I think these are new old stock, 30-year-old drives from the factory. And I can tell because there's not a scratch on them, right? And they're really quiet as well. And once I get the low-level format going, I just need to get it configured correctly. And I recall there was something about 68-pin. Anybody out there that might have an idea, I know there's some gurus that, check my channel out, that might have some ideas. I'm going to bring up that manual, probably put a link to it once I get all this going, because it is kind of fun to get this old stuff going. And I also have a boatload of 50-pin drives, but I thought these would be real gems to get going. I also have some 80-pin drives, which are the hot swap drives, and I've got those working before too, and I have some special adapters, except they're 80-pin, right? So 80-pin to 50-pin. For a lot of you listening, it may be gobbledygook. But what we're trying to do basically is get this hard drive to handshake with that computer through this controller, and then have this CD-ROM talk to it. So it's like dialing a phone number, so to speak. So we want this to put our disk in, dial the phone number through the system, and have a house call here, right? This picks up answers and then allows us to install the software. We could take this disk with the software installed, which is low-level format, and take it over to that Next, spin up this CD with like OpenStep on it, or I can do what's called a build disk from that, our new Zulu 2040 cards, which are pretty cool. So it would take like probably, I don't know, 7 or 8 of these drives to do what a little SD card can do now. And so I just thought, because it's going to be used in production, it'd be nice to have this as a main drive. And so I'm going to need a cable, obviously. I need to see if I can run a 68 to 50 pin. And what I'm saying 68 to 50, you've got these little pin outs here on the connectors. And maybe this cable's a little too long and it's not getting enough signal. So I may try and shorten it, go up here a couple. But then I need to terminate it. And terminate it means you put something on it to cap it, right? I think on this 50 pin cable, there is a terminator. And that's kind of like it shuts off your circuit. So rather than have something open, like an open door would be an example in a cold weather storm, you're closing the door, you're closing the screen door, and then you're also, closing the window, so to speak. So you're weatherproofing it. That's kind of what an analogy of termination would be. So when they say termination from the bus and to the drive, it's a matter of setting up a little jumper in the right place. And as I say, those jumpers are here. Let's see if I can show you. So these two here, depending on the orientation, sets the jumper to the, or the termination to the bus and the drive. You rotate them 90 degrees and it does something different, okay? A different type of termination. So I need to make sure that that's matched on these sets of pins. I think the second one down is automatic spin up, so that when it goes looking for this drive, it's already spun up rather than starting from scratch. And I believe these pins down here are going to set your scuzzy ID, okay? And because this is an ultra-wide drive, you can have up to 15 devices. And so that was called like a RAID array. So back in the day, we had like an Auspex file server, which was kind of overkill for our office. And we wound up sending that thing back because they were leasing it at $10K a month. And I mean, for 6 of us, I don't know how long that was going on, but when I came back, we kind of went through and audited all those things that were going on. And it was like, purge that, get rid of the fancy leased desks, and this is a turnaround with Alembic, when I came back. And we were able to come back and turn it around and, was very successful at it. And so as of February 9th, a couple days ago, I've been doing this 32 years. I really appreciate everybody for following and liking and, participating in my little page. I think I've got around, 800, which is cool. Continue to build it organically. I'm going to have some more fun stuff because this is pretty dry for most people. So I'm trying to mix it up. And I'm going to go see the girl I've pined for a while. I met her when I was in the hospital for a couple months, and she took good care of me and helped me relearn to walk. So I was supposed to have my surgery tomorrow for the 5th time it's been delayed. Now I don't have a surgeon, a location, or a date set. So I said, forget it. I'm going to go see Debbie. So should be fun. I'm bringing her a chocolate bar that was flown in from Dubai, and I made her a little plastic dragon with an egg 3D printed. So there you have it. We have it all at the black hole. So wish me luck. I'm feeling pretty good, going in confident. And don't you all chicken out there, man. If you've got that significant other or that person you've been, thinking about, give it a shot, man. If an idiot like me can do it, and I will show myself here. Here we go. I mean, look at this. I mean, if I can do it, y'all can. So there we go. Signing off. And I'm going to get back to doing the work of the people. I would really like to get this going. I'm going to have to put it on hold. I can ship those systems without this and then just send them the hard drive later. But I thought I'm so close, man. And I'm going to try and spin up a 50 pin and show you how that works here. I got to think a little bit of a nosebleed again. I don't know what's going on. It's my oxygen tanks. Sorry to ramble. I'll let you all go. Stay tuned. More fun stuff to come from the black hole. Peace and love. Rob Blesson. Oh, and I got a Apple Music channel that's rocking it. So I got over 1,000 songs. I figured, if you guys ever made a playlist for a girl, it's kind of like I'm sure, I said to her tonight, you're probably playing whack-a-mole with all my messages and like the music and stuff, and she digs it. So we'll see. We'll see. I'll find out tomorrow, though. And don't chicken out, man. Come on. A couple of y'all nervous out there. Man up. Woman up. And, just do your thing. And don't take advice on how I'm doing it. Because, you look at the 57 YouTube channels. Whatever you do not overtext. Do not put too much into it. Do not... Man, come on. I've been really unsuccessful at this for years. So why not keep up my win streak? Or, come on. You just find the right one. We'll see, man. And, of course, my cat's going to come over and scratch me. There she is. Bella. Yeah, that's right. She's like, feed me. It's been 10 minutes. All right. Hey, 16 minutes on this one. Some of you like 16 more minutes of my life I'll never get back. What is with this guy? Okay, so, hey, I'm having fun. I don't see anybody else trying to figure this thing out. Okay, peace and best regards. Have a good evening. Oh, here we go. What's your issue, Bella? Say hi to the world. Yeah, you come to do some tech support. Yeah, that sounds about right. All right. We'll talk to you guys later. I guess that means I have to go to bed.